Today's top five is a series Steve and I are going to do where we pick a top five in a context of sports, whatever that may be, changes by the day, and we show it to you and talk about it and explain it to you. So today's top five, we have our agreed top five NBA players of all time. This is a preview of sorts to a series we're going to do where we present our top 30 NBA players ever at some point in the near future. But let's look at our top five. Let's check out today's top five. Here we got today's top five, our five best NBA players ever. If you see something that you think is inherently wrong with our number one and number two, there's something inherently wrong with you. And we are here to explain why what you're thinking is wrong. So number one, LeBron James. And again, we're going to go through this kind of quick. This is something we're going to do later on. LeBron James, four finals MVPs, has won championships with different franchises, has the most All-NBAs of all time, the most All-Stars of all time, and has the greatest longevity of any athlete of any sport ever. He is the NBA's all-time leading scorer. He also has the most amount of points in the playoffs.
Most amount of playoff series victories all time.
8 straight NBA ever. Finals.
Yep. The longest prime ever.
I don't know what more you people want from LeBron than just absolute excellence for 20 years.
If you think that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James, you sleep with your father.
Moving on to number two, Michael Jordan. Now listen, there is nothing wrong with being number two. It is perfectly okay to be the second best player ever. It's fine. Because Michael Jordan was really good. He was one of the most feared players ever, one of the greatest scorers ever, one of the greatest winners ever, 6 finals MVPs.
One of the greatest two-way players ever.
He has 10 straight All-NBA first teams. One of the greatest rookie seasons ever, to be honest with you.
Multiple time leading the NBA in scoring. Michael Jordan is the second greatest basketball player to ever play the game.
Number 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, Steve and I have had many conversations where we try to decide if maybe Kareem is the second greatest player ever. Kareem also with 6 rings, 5 or 6 MVPs. The second leading scorer of all time, was number one forever and ever and ever until the actual number one came along and took that from him. Only 2 finals MVPs, which hurts him a little bit from going into that number 2 spot, but undoubtedly, along with LeBron and Jordan, one of the greatest all-time winners ever. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, our third greatest player of all time. Number 4, Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard of all time. 5 rings in 9 appearances, a few MVPs as a rookie, starting at center in a Lakers playoff game and won the series. Someone who, with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the same team, was the best player on that team. And even though his career is not as long as others, he played 10 years, made 9 finals. He undoubtedly is a top 5 player of all time. We got him at number 4.
Yeah, I mean, he was the first LeBron before LeBron existed. Their playing style, I think, is more comparable than when people try to compare Michael and LeBron. I would rather people compare LeBron and Magic, because the way that Magic would facilitate a game, the way that the ease that he would make his passes, from the moment Magic came into the league, he was one of the greatest players.
At number 5, we have Tim Duncan. Now, a lot of people, I don't think, really fully understand, again, how good Tim Duncan really was. There is a point in time in the NBA history where he is probably the greatest player in the league, over Kobe, over LeBron, over Shaq. He has made the playoffs every single year of his career where he is healthy. A winning percentage in the playoffs, 5 rings of his own, 3 finals MVPs, beat a LeBron James team twice. One of them was a sweep. One of the greatest rebounders ever. That's not really talked about a whole lot. Tim Duncan is one of the greatest rebounders ever. Also one of the greatest two-way big men ever. Maybe just singular, one of the best defenders ever. So Tim Duncan does not get enough praise for his accomplishments and what he was able to do with his time in the league. So we got Tim Duncan as the 5th greatest player of all time. But there you have it. Today's top 5. Our 5 best NBA players ever. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and Tim Duncan. Today's top 5.
Now listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.